びの時代は終わる。
Hi guys, it's your boy Ambush Forever here, back with another video, and for today, I'll be doing a new part of What If Deku was in Welcome to Demon School Iruma-kun. I've noticed that you guys have been requesting this a lot. Some of you guys have requested this, so it's been a while. So I really hope you enjoy. With that out of the way, let's begin the story. We last left off when Izuku, our main protagonist, summoned a familiar, and it was Lilith. So let's begin, shall we? Lilith was shown to be a woman. Well, to be fair, but by the name itself, Lilith was essentially a more of a divine, or she was a very high grade familiar that you wouldn't see anywhere. To be fair, because this was the most rarest familiar ever, a familiar that has a human form. Because let me just explain this for now. Um, in the world of local games called Iruma-kun, and I think there weren't some demons or familiars that have human forms. So this is the very first one, or the most rarest. So let's continue. So when Izuku saw Lilith for the first time, Izuku was blushing, and I do mean blushing. Remember, this is still the Izuku that we all know and love. To which Izuku just says, Lilith, is that really you? To which Lilith just says, yes, it's me, master. Hello. Thank you for be thank you for becoming my master, Master Izuku. To which Izuku just says, uh, uh, can you please stop with the honorifics? I can't really, It's fine if you just call me Izuku. It's fine. To which, to which, Lilith just says that, well, I can't do that, Master. You're my, you're the one that tamed me. You're the one that made the blood pact with me. So I really cannot say your name because you really are my master. To which Izuku just says that, okay, but please do it in a minimum, please. It really is a, kind of embarrassing, you could say. To which Izuku said to Lilith, and Lilith said, certainly. To which Calico exclaims that, huh, this is a fascinating familiar, huh? To which Lilith just says, a Cerberus user. I haven't seen you in a while. To which Calico was surprised, because nobody really knew. Nobody really knew when it comes to what kind of familiar, well, quote unquote familiar, Calico has. But to say it out loud that he has a Cerberus, and I do mean Cerberus, it's surprising. To which Calico composes himself and said that, okay then, is that everyone? To which all of the students just says, yes, that's everyone. To which Calico just says, class dismissed. And they go about their day. To which Izuku was talking to Lilith, knowing more about Lilith essentially, and asking, what are your powers? What are the abilities that you have? And what is your forms? To which, to answer Izuku's questions, Lilith just says that, first off, I am some of a snake demon. I am a familiar that's a snake, but I have a human form. To be fair, I was actually the very first human formed familiar that I think of, to be specific. But other than that, my powers are, I can essentially, well, more of strength as well as protection, as well as healing, and um kind of, it's kind of embarrassing to say the last one, but it's kind of embarrassing. To which Izuku just says that, please, if you're embarrassed, then you can keep it to yourself. It's fine. To which Lilith says, thank you, master. To which, if you guys might be wondering what it is, it's going to be used in the future, so don't worry. To which, yeah. To which, let's continue. Izuku continue on to, asking Lilith some questions about her height, you well, you can say, and essentially what her quote unquote body type was. Not that kind of body type, but essentially Izuku was asking a lot of questions, essentially writing it down on a notebook, a lot of the a lot of her powers and stuff like that. As well as what type of familiar she was. To which she was more of a dark being, more well, divine beast you could say. She was more of a divine beast, which was surprising because Izuku thought that a divine beast doesn't that go to heaven and stuff. To which was it was kind of surprising. To which Izuku asked this and to Lilith and asked that is there essentially heaven? Are there angels? To which Lilith just says none of that I know of. Because to be fair, I don't know if there are angels in Welcome to Demon School Iruma-kun. So I am really there aren't just yet or aren't introduced to be fair. So I don't really know. Well, while I was reading the manga, I don't really know. So yeah, but let's continue. But eventually they arrived home, and Izuku was met with Sullivan. Sullivan was essentially greeting Izuku and asking about his day. To which when Sullivan was asking Izuku, he saw Lilith and he was shocked because this is the first time that Izuku brought a girl home. To be fair, to say the least. To which Sullivan says that, "Oh, is this your girlfriend, Izuku?" To which Izuku just became embarrassed and said that, "No, Grandpa, it's not. Lilith, can you please explain to Grandpa?" To which Lilith just says, "Certainly, Master." To which when Sullivan heard Master, he was a little bit confused, and Lilith explains that she is essentially the familiar of Izuku. To which Sullivan was shocked because this was the very first time that he saw a familiar that has a human form. So that's actually surprising to which, yeah, Izuku was explaining everything that he knows and asking to Sullivan about, devil history and stuff because Izuku's the type of guy that wants to learn, so to speak. So he would ask a lot of questions to Sullivan before eating and after eating and before to go to bed. The next day, it was just a normal day. And the next day, Izuku was minding his own business, was just walking around the halls and was chatting with Asmodeus or Alice. And someone bumped into him, to which it was obviously a demon, but she was more of a hyper demon, you could say. She has green hair and yellowish eyes. To which Izuku was a little bit confused to what happened and uh and rubbed his head. To which when he opened his eyes he saw that the girl. To which the girl introduced herself saying that, "Hello, I'm Clara. Nice to meet you." Essentially being more of a hyper girl, you could say. To which she just introduces her, you could say sandals, you could say. And she essentially was having fun, or she has an expression of having fun. She essentially explains about everything. Her familiar, her essentially what she was doing, and so on. To which it caught Izuku off guard because she was so hyper. It's essentially like it's to Izuku. He was thinking that this was a baby that drank coffee with energy drinks. Like what the heck? She's so hyper, man. But yeah, other than that, but Izuku was a little bit starstruck about this and was trying to process a lot of the information and stuff like that. To which Alice eventually says that, "Get off of him! Get off of Master Izuku or Izuku-sama." And Alice just says that to Clara, and Clara goes on the defensive and says that, uh, "Izuku-chi, uh, are you being bothered by me?" To which Izuku just says, "No, not a bit," because if you might be wondering why Izuku would say that, because Izuku's a nice guy, you know that for a fact. So he wouldn't essentially turn down a like this and being awkward in this kind of situation, he would space out a lot, and I do mean a lot. To which, yeah, which eventually they go outside and they play. Yeah, they play. To which they played a lot of games like tag and so on. To which Izuku notices that when Clara was getting materials for when they play games, she was using her, you know, pockets, and some of the largest things come out of it. You could see that the pockets were small, and I do mean small. You could fit maybe pennies on there, but you cannot fit a whole bottle of water, let alone snacks. To which he Izuku was quite curious about this, and actually asked Clara of what essentially it was. Clara explains that it was her family skill, or essentially a skill that can be passed down through the family generation. To which she explains that she can take out anything that she wants out of her pocket. To which this fascinated Zuko a lot, and I do mean a lot, because it's essentially like a magic statue can be that can be filled with anything slash take anything that you want. So it was surprising for Izuku to see such a big, and I do mean big, way to for transportation and stuff like that, or materials for survival situations, which Izuku was really curious and amazed about this, and he essentially said, "Sugoi." Izuku was in thought until some sophomores or second years, you could say, called Clara, to which Clara just says Yoichi or Yorichi. I forgot what's the name, but they're background characters to say. But essentially, they're sophomores and called Clara, and essentially asked Clara for some stuff that they want, and Clara gave it to them, and Clara was Izuku was confused by this because Clara has a face that Clara has a face that could say that she is happy to give it to them, even though she knows that they're using him or using her. But it was kind of surprising to Izuku because it reminded him about his past, his parents, about how they used him for their own gain. So after the second years left, Izuku went to Clara and asked why did she do that? Why? To which Clara explains that because they're my friends. To which Izuku was in thought about this and continued to play with Clara until it was their time to leave. To which Izuku was in thought of this until he went to bed. To which Lilith actually pops up and asks, "Master, why are you so troubled?" To which Izuku explains about Clara's situation. To which Lilith was in a rage because Lilith would know how it is to be used, because as a familiar, essentially you're being used by someone. And it's really hard to think about that situation because as Izuku knows this, that how it feels to be used by the people that you consider your friends, to which it hurts, and I do mean it hurts. To which Izuku asks Lilith, what can you help me tomorrow? I need your help because if she goes on like this, she's going to be miserable. So miserable, in fact, that she might do something that she would regret. So please, Lilith, can you help me? To which Lilith just says that it's my duty, Master, to help you. So what's the plan? To which Izuka explains the plan, which I'm not gonna reveal just yet. And they slept. To which if you might be wondering how Lilith sleeps, well, Lilith sleeps with her snake form, essentially. She sleeps with her snake form, to which she curls up in a ball and was beside Izuku, to which it was really cute. The next day, Izuku met Clara again with Alice, but this time, Izuku was with Lilith, to which Clara was surprised and asked, "Who is this?" To which Clara was a little bit confused and shocked of who this girl was. To which Lilith explains that I am the familiar of Master Izuku here. To which, yeah, Izuku Izuku says, yeah, she's my familiar. Yeah. To which they still played, and I do mean play. They played for a while, and they were having fun. To be fair, they were having fun, but it happened again. The sophomores came again and asked for some things that they want. To which Izuku's getting a little bit pissed off about now because this was essentially a a thing that essentially happened to him, and he doesn't want this to happen to anyone else. To which Izuku was controlling his anger, and I do mean controlling it. He doesn't want it to pop or come out. But as they say, what you compress becomes stronger. To which eventually Izuku was pissed off, and I do mean really pissed off, and goes to the sophomores and says that why are you doing this to her? To which Clara by now left to do some things, or to go to powder her nose essentially, or use the restroom. To which the sophomores just says that they were just using her because she has the ability to essentially give them anything if they became friends. So it's essentially essentially being the typical fake friend that will just use you for their selfish gain. To which this pissed Izuku off big time. To which you could see Izuku's eyes turn red, bloodshot red, with slits, as well as his white parts of his eyes start to become dark. And he started to have more of a demonic type of voice. To which Izuku just says, "Why would you do that?" in that voice. And the sophomores were not really, scared because Izuku looks like Izuku, to be fair, looks like a pretty boy, to be fair, that doesn't have muscle, but Izuku is powerful, and you don't want to mess a Midoriya that is pissed off, because there's one thing that a sailor wouldn't do, or the anger or people, you could say, would do, and that is the anger of a gentleman. That gentleman, Izuku, is so pissed off that he could rip you to shreds with just his stare, and they couldn't feel it just yet. To which one of them said that, what are you going to do about it, huh? To which Izuku just says, oh, I'll show you what I'm going to do about it. To which Izuku readies his fist and strikes the person that said, what are you going to do about it? And strikes him dead in the face, knocking him out to a wall. To which the other two are pissed off that Izuku knocked out their friend, and they just charge at Izuku, and Izuku just starts to wail on them, and I do mean starts beating them up, bloodying them up. To which you might be wondering, this isn't the Izuku that we all know and love. Remember, he has the powers of Lucifer, and as I said before, his powers, or Lucifer's powers, combining with Izuku's body will change a little bit of his personality, bit by bit, and this is one of them. To which Izuku starts to beat the living crap out of these people, and starts to wail on them, putting them to near death, until Clara could see this. And she was horrified. Well, not really horrified, was confused and a little bit scared that that this happened. To which Clara just asked, what did you do, Izukuchi?" To which Izuku just says that, "Clara, they're using you. You know that? I just teach them a lesson." To which Clara just says that, I know. I, I know that from the start. And the only thing that I can do is give them anything just to become my friends." To which Izuku, in the most badass way, says that, "Then I can be your friend. You don't need fake friends. I can be your friend, Clara. If you need a friend, or 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 you're lonely, I can be the friend that can help you, that will console you, that will heal to your that will hear to your problems. Or no, my bad. That will listen to your problems, and that will help you with your troubles. Clara, remember, you're special. Don't let other people decide what you are, okay? To which Clara by now was crying, to which she rushes at Izuku and hugs him crying, and Izuku just says, now Clara, it's gonna be all right. You're gonna be fine. Don't worry." To which Izuku looks back to the three sophomores, which by now they have waken up, and said to them, "If you ever, and I do mean ever, hurt her again or use her again, I will make sure that your families wouldn't see you ever again." To which, with their scared faces left, to which Clara was still hugging Izuku, crying, and after that, Izuku released Clara, and Clara says that, "Thank you for becoming my friend, Izuku. Thank you very much." To which Izuku just says, "No problem. It's all right. That is what our friends are for, right? They're there for each other." To which Izuku says to Clara, and Clara was very, very happy. To which Lilith just says, "Well done, master. Very splendid, well done." To which Lilith said to Izuku, and Izuku just says that, "Thank you, Lilith. That really is appreciated." To which Asmodeus was saying that, was admiring Izuku once again, and so on, saying a lot of stuff about Izuku and stuff. Well, Izuku and how powerful he is, and how he's honored to be his servant. To which Izuku just says that, "So, would you guys want to walk with me tomorrow to school?" To which they just says, "Sure, sure, we would love to." To which Alice and Clara said. To which Izuku gave them his address. To which eventually they go their separate ways. To which, let's go to Clara's perspective. To which Clara was thinking of Izuku right now, and in her thoughts rang what Izuku said. What Izuku said to the three sophomores that were using her. To which she was blushing, and I do mean blushing, because she saw Izuku in essentially a knight in shining armor that will protect her. To which she was blushing a whole lot, and you could see steam coming out of her ears. To which eventually she arrives to her house. And let's go back to Izuku's perspective. When Izuku was back home and was eating dinner, to which Sullivan asked how was his day, to which Izuku said that it was quite fun and quite thrilling, you could say. To which Sullivan just says, oh, I see. Well, that's interesting. Shall we? You have school tomorrow, Izuku, so shall we? To which Izuku just says, "Thanks, Grandpa." To which Izuku went to bed, and Sullivan essentially told him a history the about hell. And that's it. That's where I'm gonna be leaving it off. Sorry guys if it's a little bit giant. I'm really sorry. I was a little bit stuttering, and sorry for not uploading for a while because I was doing a lot of school stuff. But yeah, I really hope you enjoy, guys, this series because this series is one of my favorites. I really hope you enjoy, and like I always say, like, comment, subscribe, and see you guys later. Bye.